You at the gym and you let this 20-year-old, damn near teeny bopper, little old young white bitch get you 50 mil. You offered a pink toe Peckerwood 10 million.
Charleston White went all the way off on Shannon Sharpe, and trust he didn't bite his tongue for a second. After all the drama surrounding Shannon, Charleston made sure the world knew exactly how he felt, loud and clear. He said Shannon been sold out years ago, and now the Hollywood machine is just tossing him aside like he's expired. And Charleston ain't forget. He brought up that time Shannon claimed he wouldn't even ride an elevator alone with a woman to avoid false accusations. But now, Charleston called him out for letting a young lady run up on him at the gym like it was no big deal.
At the gym, and you let this 20-year-old, damn near teeny bopper, little old young white bitch get you 50 mil. You offered a pink toe Peckerwood 10 million.
Charleston straight up mocked that move, said it didn't make sense, and made Shannon look real shaky. But he didn't stop there. He dug deeper. This wasn't just about the gym incident. Charleston pulled out some old tension that's been brewing. He claimed Shannon always had an issue with him, and it wasn't out of nowhere either. He said Shannon's got personal feelings, and those feelings been there for a while now. Charleston didn't hold back at all. He straight up reminded folks that he's been wilding on football players for years. He called them out as big, old, dumb, stupid men.
Ocho brought your name up a couple times.
Shannon really don't like me.
You know what?
I done call all the football players, man, big old dumb stupid ass. You know, so.
And when it came to Deion Sanders, he clowned him without mercy. He openly admitted to saying some rough stuff about Deion, especially about that squeaky clean, ideal father image the media loves to hype up. Then he dragged Shannon right into that same fake TV family vibe. And according to Charleston, that hit Shannon where it hurts. But Charleston wasn't done, not even close. He flipped it and went even harder, saying this wasn't just about words. It was about loyalty. He claimed Shannon got in his feelings because deep down, he knows he switched sides. While Charleston stayed posted up like the street's favorite uncle, showing love to the hood, the strip clubs, and real folks, he said Shannon ran to the corporate world, played their game, all cause he thought it would keep him protected and untouchable. Charleston didn't just keep it personal, he laid out the lawsuit with receipts and facts. He made it crystal clear. Shannon got hit with a serious civil case for SA battery.
Offended and insulted everybody. Yeah. But you gotta understand, homie, I done said some horrible things about Deion and the boys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this an alumni.
Yeah, that's why.
I said some horrible things about Deion is the modern day Bill Cosby and them boys is Theo Huxtable and yeah, man.
Yeah,
he's the modern day of that.
Cause it'll be messing up his.
This is the Fresh Prince and Bel-Air family.
The woman, going by Jane Doe, came in strong with a 13-page complaint. And Charleston pointed out this ain't even the same woman from Shannon's messy IG Live drama last September. So now, it's starting to look more like a pattern than a one-time mess-up. And Charleston definitely caught that. He highlighted that the same lawyer, Tony Busby, is handling this case. And Busby's no small name. This is the same guy who's gone after some heavy hitters like Jay-Z and Diddy. Charleston said Busby built a whole rep off targeting rich black men. And now Shannon's caught up in the storm. But even with that heavy setup, Charleston showed no mercy. He dragged Shannon for thinking he could outsmart the situation, clowning him for posting screenshots and trying to defend himself online like it was gonna fix things. Shannon claimed the whole thing was a setup, that Gabriela Zuniga, better known as Carly from OnlyFans, and her lawyer Tony Busby were just trying to shake him down for a wild $50 million.
Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty.
But Charleston wasn't buying a single word of it. He straight up laughed and said Shannon had no business getting caught slipping like that with a young woman who clearly knew how to run the game. Way better than he did. Charleston broke it down plain and simple. Real ones don't even get themselves in situations like that. He said if Shannon had been messing with grown seasoned women, the type who've been around, like strip club pros or street smart vets, this wouldn't be happening. Those kinds of women know how to move quiet, keep it clean, and keep it player. He warned that it's the young, square chicks you gotta watch. The ones that ain't lived much but know how to spot a payday real quick. Then Charleston went off the rails with the heat. He pulled Jesus into it. He joked that even Jesus didn't hang out with square women. He had Mary Magdalene, a woman who understood the world and knew how to hold it down. In his own wild way, Charleston was making a point. Men gotta stop chasing these naive types.
Idolize this family. Dion is the ideal father in the black community. This is, yeah. So, and here I am attacking him in his toe in his boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now, them motherfuckers sick of my I attack him, his toe in his boy. And jumped on P. Lloyd.
And start recognizing the value in women who already know how life really works. Then he dragged Shannon again for that gym moment. Said he was out there in sweatpants with no drawers, turning himself into a walking stereotype people love to throw on black men. Charleston painted a wild scene. He said the woman allegedly clowned Shannon's manhood, calling it the size of a baby, and instead of that working in Shannon's favor, it was being used against him in the worst way. Charleston kept coming for him, saying Shannon lost his grip on reality. He said if Shannon had stuck with the ghetto girls, the ones who know the code and don't go running to file a $50 million lawsuit, none of this would have happened. And let's be real, a lot of people can relate to that message, because once you leave the community and start mingling in those polished, high society circles, the game turns vicious. It ain't about loyalty anymore. It's about clout and cash.
Yo, bro. 50 million? You ain't come up with that. Who you mean? Yeah, I don't even know a lawyer that even think 50 million. They would have been trying to it down for $1 million or $2 million. Here you go, bitch. And still been. Yeah, man, you saw what Ike Turner did.
Charleston didn't let up. He kept hitting that deeper point. Shannon, in his eyes, sold out. Gave up his realness for clout interviews, designer shoes, gym thirst traps, and rubbing shoulders with folks who'll flip on you the second it benefits them. And Charleston made it real clear, that's the price of chasing fake fame. Charleston wasn't letting anything slide, especially not the fact that Shannon let dudes like Jilly clown him on their shows. Now that Shannon's the one catching heat, Charleston straight up laughed and said he wouldn't even consider showing up on Shannon's platforms. He said he don't mess with fake vibes. Once you switch sides, you out here solo. And just when you thought he was wrapping it up, Charleston went off with a bold statement. He said he actually believes the woman's story. Not because he knows every detail, but because, in his words, once a black man gets accused, especially when it involves a white woman, the system goes all in on destroying him. According to folks close to the whole situation, Charleston sees Shannon trapped in a fight he just can't win. Charleston didn't stop stirring the pot.
Because Jesus kept on. Mary Magdalene got to walk with Jesus and his 12 disciples. Didn't get to hang out with the Savior. Only a hoe did. So I know how important a hoe is. Better learn and start appreciating and leave him pretty alone. I'm telling you, he in the gym working out, looking like a big old black.
He doubled down, saying Shannon's fall from grace was a long time coming. He claimed the warning signs were there, but Shannon got too comfortable playing Hollywood. Charleston said once you trade in your soul for TV deals and fancy suits, you start thinking you're untouchable until reality smacks you in the face. He also threw shade at how quick the media turned quiet. Charleston said, when certain people fall, everybody scrambles to protect their brand. But when it's someone like him, they broadcast every little slip-up. He said Shannon ain't getting dragged as hard as he would have been if he wasn't part of that polished media circle. Then Charleston went even further. He warned other celebs watching from the sidelines. He said, y'all better take notes, because the same folks you partying with today might be testifying against you tomorrow. He said fame don't come with loyalty. It comes with eyes watching every move you make. Charleston took one last swing, and this time, he aimed straight at the image Shannon built for himself over the years. He said all that talk about discipline, legacy, and respect, it don't mean a thing when your actions tell a different story.
Boy, them girls down at them strip club where I be hanging and fishing it, they can't even think 50 million. Even get mad at it. I want for 50 million. You could have watched this for 50,000 in the ghetto. What happened when you leave? What happened when you go across the railroad track and be over up? 50 million? You ain't come up with that. Who you been? I don't even know a lawyer that even think 50 million. They would have been trying to shake a nigga down for $1 million or $2 million.
Charleston said Shannon been preaching one life but living another, and now it's all unraveling. He called out the double life. 1 minute Shannon's on TV giving advice to young men about how to carry themselves, and the next, he's in the headlines for messy situations that got lawyers involved. Charleston said you can't play the wise OG on screen and then move reckless behind the scenes. That don't add up. Then he dropped the hammer. Charleston said the downfall ain't just embarrassing, it's dangerous. He warned that when public figures slip like this, it gives power to people who already think the worst. He said Shannon's situation ain't just personal, it's political now, and every misstep feeds into a bigger, uglier narrative. Charleston didn't ease up. In fact, he turned up the pressure even more. He said what's happening to Shannon is bigger than just drama or gossip. It's a full-on wake-up call. According to Charleston, this is what happens when you build your reputation off status instead of substance. He said you can't flex your way out of real-life consequences. He dragged the fake brotherhood in Hollywood too, said those same people that smiled in Shannon's face are ghosting him now. Charleston pointed out how quiet it got from all those blue-check friends who used to hype Shannon up. No support, no statements, no backup, just silence. And Charleston made a bold claim. He said Shannon's learning the hard way that fame don't come with protection. It comes with exposure. Every slip-up gets amplified, every mistake gets weaponized, and once the public smells trouble, they don't stop. Then he looked straight into the camera and said, "This ain't hate, this is the truth." Charleston claimed he ain't celebrating Shannon's downfall. He's using it as a lesson, a warning to every celeb who thinks status makes them safe. And the wildest part, according to Charleston, Shannon ain't getting played by random outsiders. He's getting played by the very world he tried to win over by following their rules. The same system he thought would protect him is now flipping the script.
You kind of hating on me. You let Gilly get over there and talk down on me. Now I don't want to come to your podcast no more. You done something to a white girl. I'm with them white folk. Hang him. I'm with them white folk. Hang that, and I believe it.
And the internet had plenty to say about it. One user dropped a harsh truth. Shannon let the fame go to his head. Thought he had the pass. But nah, you still a ninja in their eyes. They got him. Another chimed in with, the scary part, she turned down $10 million. That means she aiming for the kill shot. So where do you stand in all this? Is Charleston just talking wild to stir up drama? Or did he just expose a deeper truth people been trying to ignore? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're locked in and watching it all play out with you. And if you're all about raw takes and unfiltered truth, don't forget to smash that like, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.